The Maine Supreme Court heard oral arguments today in a case over religious freedom and parental rights. It was brought by a woman, Emily Bickford, who believes a lower court made an overreach when it gave her co-parent veto power over what church their daughter could attend. News Center Maine's Pearl Small was in the courtroom when the justices heard the case.
Because it affects not only our family, but the families of all Christian children.
Emily Bickford lost the right to govern her daughter's religious choices when the district court in Portland ruled that the church she was taking her to, Calvary Chapel in Greater Portland, was causing psychological harm.
I really hope that this gets overturned. It needs to be. It's unconstitutional.
The matter before the court is...
The court ruled in favor of the child's father, Matthew Bradeen, who took action after his daughter began leaving notes around the house, writing the, quote, rapture was coming soon, and that she was scared her father and sister would not be in heaven with her because they don't follow the same teachings. When her fear and anxiety grew to a point where she was having frequent panic attacks, Bradeen suspected the church might be the cause.
Young people need to hear the truth.
For the wages of sin are death, eternal death.
In a review of the church's sermons, an expert on human and organizational systems testified it was likely youth, like the child involved in the case, would be harmed by the teachings.
That's all that they have.
But Bickford's lawyers say the evidence of harm isn't significant enough for the lower court to make the decision it did.
And it cannot amount to immediate and substantial harm, justifying this drastic change and taking away from a fit parent the right to the religious education of their child.
The justices pushed back with questions about where the line would then be if it doesn't start at psychological effects. However, they also said this is a tough case because they're not supposed to judge religion when they make decisions.
But the courts also say that we don't have to wait for it to be so severe that a child, suffers irreparable emotional harm.
But lawyers for Matthew Bradeen say it's a simple case of courts deciding what's in the best interest of the child, which they do all the time.
When harm is demonstrated, especially manifested harm, as here, an order may be entered that limits the religious rights of the parents. No cases state otherwise.
All rise.
The justices are reviewing the arguments and will make a decision in the near future. In Portland, Pearl Small, News Center, Maine.